Alright guys, so we are back on Hearthstone, and we had a very successful run with the Summoning Stone Mage. Well, I guess it depends on how you want to phrase the idea of success. But we did fairly well with that process, and so I wanted to take it a different route with this completely. Summoning Stone is a whole setup of don't die, don't die, don't die, get the Summoning Stone out there, don't kill it, and now you're dead. And that's really kind of the whole process of a Summoning Stone. You got to protect things and then go crazy. I want to go a different route in the sense of let's just blow up and then blow you up and see if we can get there. I've been playing with this for a little while. You'll see we got a couple of open packs here. We got some extra coins. We are going to be opening some packs here in just a minute. And so I want to take you into my collection. So let me show you what I've got. I've already got the whole Druid set up. I still got to give it a name. But it's a ramp druid, and it's a ramp druid with Cthulhu, as we'd say. And it is not done. Let me just be very clear about that. Just like the Summoning Stone was not done, this one is also not done. We have some investment we need to make with this. So let me just show you the initial part, what makes it a ramp. First of all, we got the Innovate. You get just those 2 extra mana crystals whenever you just need to pop a little bit of extra mana in there. We got the Wild Growth, which is going to get you some more of that. If we really want to keep going, then we also have, let's see, where is he at? The Mire Keeper. I guess this one, if we are already at capacity, we can get a 2/2 slime. That really works well. We also have the Nourish. Now, I will say that the 2 mana crystals are great, but I find more success whenever I draw the cards, because when you draw the cards, then you actually are able to use more stuff, because I've found so far to this point that I run out of cards if I don't draw the cards, which is also why up here we have the Moonfire in case we need to clear anything out, but we also have the Wrath if we want to clear anything out, but we also have the option of drawing more cards. We have a little bit of ways to slow people down if we need to. We've got the Mark of the Wild, which we can put on anything. We've got the Disciple just to kind of clear board, but also to give some attention to the Cthulhu. And we have the Mark of Nature, which the taunt and health are like a, oh shoot, we're gonna die kind of situation. Same thing with the Keeper of the Grove. We can silence a humongous minion, or we can just hit for 2 damage. I've been mostly hitting for 2 damage. The Druid is typically a charge unless, oh my goodness, they're gonna die. Then occasionally I'll taunt. I don't typically taunt at that point. The Swipe is a board clear. We got the Psychotron, which has the Divine Shield, super helpful. We have the Starfall, which I'm not sold on, I'll be honest. We also have this guy. Now this guy is amazing because of his stats. I don't know how they got away with putting him in here, but I love him. The Starfire is good. We get the extra card draw. The Sunwalker is great. Obviously, once he's up there, it's wonderful. We also can get a little bit more attention here. Those aren't amazing. We got an extra taunt or 2 in there as well. This guy has saved our butts more times than I care to admit, but he's a good assessment or a side project for us. And at the same time, where's my other guy? We got our, with any ramp, you need the Forbidden Ancient. If you got 10 mana that you can spend and you want to wait until then, you got a 10/10 on your hand, and that's just perfect, especially whenever you're using your hero power and you're getting this guy up when you got your Cthulhu and he's just rocking it. Basically at that point you're unstoppable. Now this again is not our final deck. I will say that this card I'm not sold on. It saved me a couple times, but then I end up dying. The fact that you deal 5 damage to a minion for a cost of 5 seems ridiculously high. This guy I thought was going to pay out more than what I wanted in that process. So hasn't really worked out. This has surprisingly been very helpful, so I probably will keep this. The fact that I have one of these, I actually had 2 at one point. I had 2 of these and then I took them out and added some other stuff. This one's good. I want to leave this one, so we might actually, if we have to, get rid of the Mark of the Wild for another card. So we have a couple options in this process. We have a couple of ways where we could grow this deck, but we need the cards to be able to grow this deck. So we got a little bit of dust here. We're going to get some more here in a second. Let's open some packs. Let's see what we can get. So first of all, let's buy some more. I think we can get 9. We were almost at 10, but that's okay. I think there's a way. There we go. Let's get 8 more. We'll just open some packs. See if we get a legendary. If not, that's okay. Wait, I didn't actually buy them. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so let's open some packs, see what we get. These were just from some tavern brawls. Anything? Nope, not really. I do like the idea of doing a rogue whenever we have a bunch of pirates as well as Cthulhu, but we'll get to that when we need to. Alright, see what we got next. It would be awesome if we got a legendary. Nothing really to work with, obviously. I don't actually expect to get anything, though. If we do, it'll just make that deck process a little bit easier. Be nice to have a little bit of a surprise. That death rattle one intrigues me. I really want to do something with that death rattle. We'll take a look at that later on. Obviously, these guys we'll use. Some more packs. Okay. I'm always intrigued by the idea of adding cards to your class, which, again, another death rattle. The idea of discovering minions, and so the summoning stone was something I really appreciated because you just didn't know what you're going to get, and it could be something that's just like a tide turner. Still nothing. Come on, one legendary, that's all I ask. This guy. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, keep going. Golden. Okay. Remember how I said I really need maybe a couple cards? That'd be awesome. A legendary would be great. This is one of those cards I would really like to have in my deck. So guess what we're going to do? Unfortunately, I don't have the regular one. I hate golden cards. I think they're stupid. But the fact that I have a Doomcaller and I didn't have one previously means I'm going to be adding this to my deck. That's amazing. We're going to use it. If I ever get a Doomcaller later that's not golden, I obviously will get rid of my golden one. I hope I don't accidentally delete it because I'm prone to stupidity. It's okay. Alright, what else do we got? No, this card's an interesting one if you want to really rock it, especially when you get the ones that consume the divine shields as you go along. Alright, totems, draw. Oh, I've never seen this one. Draw a card, add 2 extra copies of it to your hand. That's interesting. Especially if you did a ramp rogue. Or, I guess it has to be rogue, so you can't really do a ramp rogue, can you? That's an interesting one. I wonder how I could use that. Alright. So let's come back here, go back to my collections, crafting, disenchant everything I can't use. Goodbye. If we have duplicates, I don't need you. Alright. So, I want to get... I need a title for this. A Druid. I really had to pick something... Oh, what did I just did it again. I got rid of a card. I know which one it was. Alright. Where's he at? Twilight Elder, that's who you are. Alright. So I'm thinking if I were to get one that I want to add, it's going to be this guy. Where'd he go? Or Doomcaller. So I want to add him to the deck, but if I were to label it, I think... how do you say that? Arakara? Let's just call him Dark Ramp Druid. I like that for now. Nothing fancy. So, we gotta get rid of a card. This card, Starfall, actually kind of despise. I don't know if it's worth getting rid of. This card has failed me, but I love the idea of having a silence minion just in case. And then we have over here. And this one gives your Cthulhu 2/2. It's good if you have to play it in that place, but really ultimately besides that, it's just going to get trashed afterwards. Moonfire feels worthless, but actually saved my butt a couple different times, at least in the initial process. I'm going to leave this one. I'm going to leave this one because of the Cthulhu process. But if there's a first one that has to go that's just kind of like, okay, it's good, but we're not going to use it, I think that's a good one to have. But then we have this one. I'm really debating. Because this has saved my butt, I'm gonna keep this in here because this doesn't actually remove big threats. It silences stuff that maybe needs silence. I think there was one time where someone else had played Cthulhu and it was like a 20-20. I silenced it, got down to 6-6, still died. So in terms of winning, I'm gonna get rid of this guy because I don't think I can win with him in there. So let's get the Doom Caller out there. He's gonna be our only pretentious gold. So let's run this. I've actually never run it with the Doom Caller, obviously, since I just added him in there, so it's going to throw things off again. I don't want to go crafting cards, but let me show you what I eventually want to get. So we got the Doom Caller, which is great. You can actually create it for 100. I didn't realize it was that cheap. Whereas what if I do, how much is it if I get rid of it? Oh, it's 100 if I get rid of it. So yeah, not really worried about that. So here's what I was thinking as far as crafting. What's going on? Come on, let's go back to crafting. So we got my Cthulhu. I really want this guy. Unfortunately, he's legendary. So it means he's 1600. So it's going to take a lot of dust to get to that point. I have a feeling we're not going to obviously get there this series. But he might be one where once we finally get the amount of dust that we need, that we do come back in here and get this. I think this could be a game changer. We have a couple of taunts already that if we're worried about dying before we get too far, this is the guy that could save us. But for now, I don't think it's going to happen. I will also say that later on, it's not in the, obviously can't be in a Druid, but when we do a Rogue, we have this, I think it's the Dagger of Cthulhu. Which can, whenever you kill it, you get the health and the damage of the character that you destroyed from the enemy. That one just blows my mind, so we might try to get that one as well. Obviously, that'll be difficult to get to, but let's go ahead and practice. One, I think it'll be, let's try for 2 different sets. I will say that our Dark Ramp Druid does go a lot faster than the Summoning Stone. The Summoning Stone sometimes find yourself almost to a point of milling. Milling, by the way, just, I love that idea. We may go there as well sometime, but a Summoning Stone kind of drags things out sometimes. People get really thrown off, then they think a lot in this process. The Ramp Druid, it's either the person realizes they're done for and they quit, or they think they have a shot and then it's just like a let's duke it out kind of a situation. Alright, so the Wild Growth, we're going to keep. Because we're going first, we're probably not going to get to play anything unless we get the Moonfire. If I need to, I'll just remove with Wrath, and if I got the ability to draw a card, I like to use that instead. So obviously we'll pass our turn. I almost hate going first with this Ramp Druid. It just seems kind of like I'm more of an let's react to the situation, let's use the coin to be able to use the Wild Growth, have some action happening as this guy is doing for himself. This guy, I don't like the fact that you lose the crystal, so it just seems kind of silly. So with that being said, let's spoil his day. End it there. Do have the Wild Growth if I need it. I usually like to use those up. One of the benefits that happens if you don't use this by the time you get to the 10, you can play it, you get an extra card draw in that process because you can't gain any more mana crystals, so that's always a good thing. Alright, there's really no other play, then let's just do that. So now we're already at 5 mana, so we're ahead of him by 2 every single round, assuming he doesn't do anything, and then if we do the Innovate, then that means we have 2 more on top of that, which is always extremely helpful. Why in the world did you play that? Seems like a mistake. So we'll play that, we'll get rid of him. Something like that I would never play just for the sake of playing, even if I had the mana to play it, unless it was like a, okay, I'm going to destroy you with it. I always leave it for removing baddies, just in case, because I always like to try to get rid of them in that process. All right, he's already at 10. Now what are we doing? Please don't bite. Okay, we got a Wrath. Can't do anything beyond that. Oh, he only did it for 1 damage? Now what is he doing? Okay. I guess I'm a little confused by that. I'm gonna leave it. I like the idea of holding onto my swipe, so let's just armor up a little bit. Make him hit me. I could do 2/2, but let's just save it. Let's see what he's got. Sunwalker is always a nice little addition, especially when they don't have any kind of like, if it's a rogue and they can assassinate or other issues in that process. Alright, so you get another card draw. Makes sense. Okay, you're catching up to me with mana crystals. Alright. I always like to go for this one lower, just so I can get a little bit of shield, a little bit of damage. Up my game a little bit. Now, had he saved the Wrath, he could have now taken away my shield, but I guess he wanted to get rid of the 5 damage, which is fine. Okay, and let's take 3, which is okay. Makes sense. Gosh, here's where... Do I want to do the... I could do one of two things. I could do the Starfall. I could pump this guy up a little bit. If I had one more mana, I would do the Starfall. But I think the best option is to do this. Hit him in the face. I'm actually gonna just not use the rest of my mana. Completely goes against how I would like to play, in the sense of let's just maximize our usage with this process as far as our mana. But there's a little bit of a psychological process in this, and I love the psychological process of what is still in his hand. If he didn't use 4 mana, then maybe he has something big in there. It's really more of spell removal than anything. Okay. What? Okay, 8 armor. Makes sense. Hits me in the face next time. You got any more? That's it. So I could draw the cards. I think this would be fine. Especially since he only has 2. Or I could go taunt. Man. I like the idea of hitting him in the face. Let's just do this. Hope that wasn't a mistake. But if I can, I got this to play to see what cards I get, and then if I need to, I can just remove whatever minion he plays, especially if it's a big guy, because he's at 9. I think that would work. And there he goes. Oh no, I gained 5 health. No! Alright. Hits me in the face. Awesome. So, I'm not going to play this yet because I'd like to get the cards. I'm not... Oh, man. I really don't want to give away that I can just, like, take him out. Take this little guy out. So let's just do this. See what cards we get. Okay. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. That's so awesome. Alright. So let's play this. Let's take his health down a little bit. Awesome. Now, if he has Cthulhu, then I'm in big trouble. That's kind of how it just goes down, okay? So we got a little bit of a taunt. That's alright. I can deal with that. I mean, the fact that I hit him in the face because he attacked me is brutal for him. Alright, Let's take this guy out. Get a little build up ourselves. So now if he tries to hit me, takes out my taunt guy, then he's going to be hurting as well. I really want to play this. I'm going to hold off. No reason to play that if I could use that innervate later to find another card to play successfully. Okay. That is not a good thing. Oh my goodness. I'll take it. Every single time we can taunt is just gonna make that situation that much better for us. So I can taunt, it's gonna delay him. I can taunt again later, I can delay him. I really like the idea of playing this. Not because it adds anything to Mechathon, but because I can hit him in the face. Let's see what we got. Interesting. Let's play this because if I get Cthulhu, where are we at? 12 cards, 14. Let's go ahead and do this. I like the idea of freaking him out a little bit. Now if you can't take him out, then you're gonna have to waste a 17 to the face. Okay, that's alright. Now the benefit I get with this is I can taunt. So I'm just delaying him that much more because the 5 isn't going to do anything. Oh, nuts. Okay. Actually, let's play this. So I could taunt him, but I think I'm going to taunt him just because I'd like to save, just in case I get one more chance to play Cthulhu. Hero up a little bit. If I could get Cthulhu right now, things would be amazing. This would be a great time if I had my silence. But, again, would it save me? No. Oh, that's the death blow. Oh my gosh, that's the death blow. See how that is so effective? Gosh. Oh man. I mean, let's just show what we got. Alright, well, I mean, the Doom color was a good fit. We didn't make it, guys. It's hard whenever your opponent is a Druid that's just a little bit better than you with one card. Man, he hit that. He hit it well. Alright, let's try this one more time. We're going to end with this. Actually, I think we're going to hold tight. I'm gonna tease you guys. I'm not going to play this hand. I'm going to play this on my own. We're going to come back next week. We're going to finish this rogue. We're going to see where we go. So guys, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye. What's going on, Ish?
Well, nothing now. Just wasn't feeling very good today. Had some pressure in my stomach where the baby is, so my good friend brought me up to the...
Yeah? I'm assuming you can't kill me.
Mind if I roll need?
No, that's fine. You can. Awesome.